Hi, my name is Pete Lewis from Cheshire Classic Benz, and today I'm going to show you a beautiful 1994 E220 Saloon Mercedes in smoked silver metallic that's covered 57,000 miles that we have for sale. I'm going to go into the barn now, start it up from cold and bring it out to show you. Right, I'm going to start at the front near side corner. You'll notice that I have removed the jacking point covers, so I can show you the jacking points a bit later as we go around, but for the moment let's start here. First of all, the headlamp indicator, no cracks, deterioration, blemishes there. Front bumper corner, we have a little tiny chip on the bumper there, and a little tiny scuff just on the corner of the bumper itself on the rubbing pad. Front wing appears to be completely free of blemishes. Can't see anything to note at all there. Is that something there that might be a tiny little mark in the paint there, but nothing really much. Let's have a look at the wheel arch. If I show you around the arch, you'll see that there's no deterioration whatsoever. Wheels, all, well, I was going to say refurbished, but looking at them it could easily be the original factory finish. They're very, very nice indeed. That goes for all four. Pirelli Cinturato P6 tyres all round, fronts with full 8mm tread, rears with about 5 or 6mm on them. Let's carry on down the side of the car. Windscreen pillar, can't see any marks at all. Bronze anodised aluminium screen surround, likewise no chips, cracks, etc. Windscreen, it's an original Mercedes-Benz windscreen, may not be the original one, but it is a Mercedes-Benz branded windscreen, so there's a good chance it is. No delamination, deterioration on the windscreen. Mirror, door mirror, again can't see anything that I would call a defect. All the rubbers along the windows, perfect. The doors themselves, the front passenger door, no defects to the paint that I can see. There are the odd little few flies around today, so if you see me wafting, I'm trying to get rid of a fly. That one doesn't want to go. But we've got the lower plastic panels, little scuff on the one on the front passenger door there. Other than that, perfectly clean and unscratched, unmarked. We've got the surrounds of the rear door, window scrapers, perfect. Paintwork on the rear door, again I can't see a mark, and that goes for the lower panel too. Let's get to the rear arch, and again I can't see any issues with that. Same comment applies to the rear wheel as the front. Rear wing appears to be completely free of paintwork. Oh no, there is a little tiny paintwork defect there. There's a spider coming out from the I don't mean an 8-legged spider, I mean a spider in the paint just coming out from the aerial surround there. But other than that, rear wing appears to be perfect, as does the side of the rear bumper. There's a little tiny mark right on the corner, but it is tiny. Rear near side light, no cracks, deterioration, fading. Rear window and surround, again a Mercedes branded rear window glass. Probably is the original, no reason why it shouldn't be. Bronze anodized aluminium trim around the window, original dealer supplying sticker in the window there, Portman from Manchester, and that's all lovely. Boot lid appears absolutely flawless, can't see anything on it at all, and that goes for, oh no, there's a little tiny little something there. Boot handle perfect, tiny little spider probably coming out from one of those fixing holes on the rear star. Nothing around the boot lock or on the slam panel. While I'm round here, I'm going to show you inside the boot so I don't forget. We've got the original boot carpet, which appears to be absolutely as new. No problems in the wheel wells, well, in the wells rather, on either side. They look lovely. Let's go underneath the mat. Let's show you underneath the plastic spare wheel cover. Full-size spare wheel. Appears to be the original, never been on the car because the paint markings are still on the tread. Toolkit as it came out of the factory with, jack, lovely, and a beautifully clean spare wheel well. Just a little bit of surface corrosion there where the plastic cover has rubbed on the lightly painted surface, because they didn't really paint these a huge amount in the factory, just a waft of primer. So that's pretty normal. You can see that bit of rust on the bottom of the plastic cover where it's just rubbed over the years. So underneath the shelf, not usually a big problem on these cars, but I'll show it you anyway. That's nice and clean. The sticker there from the factory giving the car specification. CD changer, all lovely as it should be. The warning triangle isn't in there. We probably removed it when we valeted the car and haven't put it back in yet, but it does exist, so it will be in there. Okay, that's probably enough in the boot. Let's go around the driver's side. So offside rear lamp, yes, that's the word, lamp. No deterioration, cracks, etc. Bumper similar. There's a little scuff just underneath the rear bumper corner, but it's not within the angle that you would normally view it at, so not really noticeable. Side of the bumper really nice, clean. Rear offside wing, again I can't see any apart from that little fly there. Get off. Any blemishes there. Is that something on the arch? Nope, it's a piece of fluff, it's gone. Inside the fuel flap, beautiful and clean, original stickers. Can't really criticise that at all. Let's go around the rear arch. Again, as clean as they come. And the wheel, as before, nothing else to note on that. Let's go around the door now. Again, apart from that fly, nothing on the door, and the plastic panel underneath, very, very clean. There's one or two tiny little chips on the edge of the door which could easily be touched in. But other than that, oh, there has been a stone chip on the door just there, which I've touched in, so I know it's there. Other than that, we've got a couple of flies which don't want to go. Mirror, again, very, very nice. There is a little mark on it just there, but that might well come out with a bit of rubbing compound. I can't feel it with my fingernail. Plastic panel underneath, very, very nice. Screen pillar on the driver's side, no stone chips, and again the anodised aluminium trim, lovely, no delamination to the screen. Front wing, again, it's getting a bit monotonous this, but I can't find any defects at all. Underneath the arches, lovely, and along the bottom edge of the front of the wing, that's great too. I'll show you the wheel just briefly, but it's as good as all the others. The bumper, no marks on this corner. I'll just go underneath the bumper so you can see that that's very, very clean too. And let's come round to the indicator lens and headlamp, neither of which have got any blemishes, and likewise the, is that something? Tiny, tiny little scratch on the panel underneath the headlamp. Bonnet, pretty well perfect, I think. Can't see anything. Oh yes, there is a little, there's a little something there. The result of a stone chip probably, and also one there. The badge itself, perfect condition. Oh, and is that a stone chip? Yeah, tiny stone chip there as well. Oh, and a little one there. The grille, no dents, corrosion, cracks to the plastic, anything like that. Pretty much perfect. Just let me look at the roof before we forget about that. Get rid of these flies. The roof appears to be perfect. No corrosion that I can see, rust scabs or anything around the sunroof, which you very often get at this age. And the roof itself, let's just go around the other side and do the other side of the roof. Yeah, can't see anything to speak of there. Right, I'm now going to open the bonnet and show you the engine bay. Just going in the car briefly, we'll come back to the interior shortly. Going to lift the bonnet and we'll start on the bonnet itself. So apart from a few little splashes from the fan, or the fan belt rather, that's lovely and clean with the paint original. Just one or two little corrosion spots at the front edge, surface corrosion that is. The original under bonnet mat, which only covers the area behind the rubber seal, as it did on the factory, from the factory on the 220s, all intact except for a little bit of deterioration at the near side over the battery. We've got the washer bottle, which very often has lots of corrosion underneath it, which hasn't been the case here. Looks very, very clean. Header tank, expansion tank for the radiator, fuse box, brake servo, brake fluid reservoir, the engine of course, mustn't forget the engine, nice and clean. I mean, the engine bay is, well, close to spotless really. You might want to spend an hour or two on it if you want to do concourse competitions, but other than that, it's as clean as they come. Chassis legs all nice and clean, never any evidence any accident damage or anything like that. Inner wings, beautiful, all original factory paint there. Fairly new battery by the look of it. Suspension turrets, all nice. Where's the other one? There we are. And we've got the area down in front of the brake servo there. Radiator, possibly the original, probably the original I would think. Horns. Yeah, not a lot more to say under there, or else it's except it's all nice, very nice. So let's close the bonnet now, and I will go and do the interior of the car. So let's start at the front passenger side. Dashboard, no cracks, fading, anything like that on the vinyl. Screen pillars, all lovely. The airbag, where the older cars had a glove box, so instead of the glove box you get the little concertina cover on this little storage box, which is perfect condition, very often to be found all cracked and broken. The armrest, no cracks to the piping whatsoever, no scuffs, stains, wear to the fabric on the surface, which is pretty unusual. Driver's seat, I'll do the driver's seat when I come around the other side. These are the factory carpets. There is a set of carpet mats that go with the car, as new. Underneath the carpets, just a bit dusty, as you would hope to find, but very rarely do. The passenger seat, well, it's like new. There's nothing really I can say about it. Headrest there, probably hardly been sat in. The original foil strips still present on the sill covers, and the A-post, very, very nice. Door card, yeah, I'm getting a bit repetitive here, but it's lovely. Let's just have a quick look underneath the door. That's very clean, no rust, corrosion, anything. There we go. So that'll do for the front passenger side. Let's have a look in the rear passenger side. I can't remove the carpets here because they're built into the car, but you can see that they're all clean and as new. Nice tight elastic on the door pockets, on the seat back pockets. The seat itself, the rear seat, probably never been sat in. The armrest, again, beautiful condition. The rear headrests, which are controlled from a switch on the dash to put them down, and the original first aid kit in there too. Speakers on the rear shelf as well. So that's probably, oh yes, the again the silver strips still present on the sill covers. Ashtray, never been used. Door card, lovely. Door, well, the metal work on the inside of the opening, very, very nice and clean as well. Oh, and the door itself underneath the door, very, very clean, no rust at all. So let's go around the other side. Not going to spend much time in this side because you've seen the back seat. Carpets again, all lovely, nice tight elastic on the seat back pockets. Yeah, oh, headlining. Everything works, by the way, the electric windows, electric sunroof, and all the bits that need to work for the MOT. I'm not going to go through them here, but you can check them for yourself if you come and see the car. Silver strips still on the sill covers there, and again, lovely and clean around the door opening, hinge panel, etc. on the B-post. Right, oh, and door card, as before, underneath the door, lovely and clean. Ashtray, again, never been used. Let's have a look in the driver's door. Sadly, the silver strips have gone off the driver's door sill cover. They are very, very delicate. I don't know why Mercedes ever put them on there. but to be fair, they probably didn't intend them to last 26 years. You could get these plastic panels from Mercedes. I'm not sure whether they're still available, but they just clip on in about 5 minutes or less if you can get them. Driver's seat, lovely condition considering it's been sat in for 57,000 miles. Can't see anywhere at all on the bolster, and nowhere else on the seat either. Piping all perfect. Let's just have a quick look at the instrument panel, showing 57,761 miles. Everything appears lovely. The wood, all very, very good. In fact, perfect, except for one tiny thing. There is a tiny hairline crack in the top surface of the veneer, just between the corner of that switch and the rear of the panel. It's so small I can hardly feel it even with my fingernail. Ashtray, damped as it should be. Again, I don't think that's ever been used. Interior mirror. Oh, the illuminated vanity mirrors, very often found with broken hinges. These are all perfect. Again, probably never been used. I'll just flip you can see that I wasn't going to do the sunroof, but there it is. And the little wind deflector that flips up. So that's probably the inside of the car. Let's go around and show you the underside. I'm just going to remove my little carrying handle so I can get the camera a bit lower. So let's start at the jacking points, and then we'll go around the rest of the underside of the car. Rear jacking point on the offside, just a tiny little bit of surface corrosion around the tube itself. Other than that, factory paint, and that's all lovely. Underneath the back, I'm not sure I'll be able to see this, but I'm hoping the camera will. You can see, I think, the underside, just a bit of road dust. Other than that, the floor pans, everything, suspension members, very, very lovely. Let's go to the front jacking point. I'm getting a bit too old for all this grovelling around on the floor. Front jacking point, blimey, that's even nicer than the rear one. That's just as new. There's nothing on it at all. Factory paint, that's all I can say. Under the front, no oil dripping out the engine, all nice and dry. Exhaust in nice condition too. And let's now go around the front of the car. Just have a look at the offside suspension components. Tiny bit of surface corrosion on the suspension arm and the spring and the anti-roll bar, but they're such heavy components and they weren't very well protected in the factory, so that paint never lasts very, very long. Again, completely dry on the under tray. Other side, same comments apply on the suspension components. Let's go and have a look at the near side jacking points.